How many of you have ever seen those movies to where there's a group of friends, right? Maybe about four of them. And out of the four, there's always going to be one leader, right? And this individual is always being bossy, always being negative, narcissistic. And the other three friends are like, yes, cool, if whatever you say so, you know what I mean? And it just really blows my mind how people can just allow a whole person to dictate how they think, how they act, where they go, just configure their own personality, right? It seems like that type of behavior takes place in the younger years, like the teenage years or maybe the 20s, but when you get to a certain age, like for me, I'm 39, you really do not tolerate anything from anybody. And I can understand why a lot of people who are around my age are like loners and they don't want to be around nobody and they just want to stay home because they know what makes them comfortable. They have their boundaries set. There's that line in the sand that nobody should cross, otherwise you out of here, you gone. But I'm learning, the more and more people I talk to are putting up with this type of stuff. Like, they have friends in their life right now who are not trying to do anything with themselves. They got friends that are complaining about every little thing instead of finding solutions, and they're calling you up, they're pulling you down. They're like a sack of bricks and stones on your shoulders, holding you back from being the best version of yourself. Check this out. I want to challenge you. Cut them off. Cut these people off. I don't care if you've been friends since middle school. I don't care if you've been friends since high school, college. It doesn't matter. If they are dragging you down and bringing you down to their level when you know on the inside of you that you are meant for greatness, that you have an unlimited amount of potential to be great and amazing and just do wonderful things in this world, but you got the wrong people in your life. And there are some people who are around the wrong individuals, and then that toxicity ends up seeping out on you. And then before you know it, you don't even think about life going your way. You don't even think about the dreams in which you've had. You don't think about your goals. You're only feeling the way that the people in your circle feel. As they say, that old school quote, birds of a feather flock together. You don't have to share the same blood. You don't have to share the same lineage or the name, but you will be like the company that you keep. And some of you are looking in the mirror and you're like, I'm 30 years old, I'm 40 years old, and I just can't seem to get ahead. I just can't seem to put one foot in front of the next. Like, everything that I want to do just never manifests. Well, I just want to challenge you. Who is in your circle? Do you have people in your life who are where you want to be? Do you have individuals in your life that you actually look up to, that you admire, that you want to emulate? Are those type of people present in your life? And look around you. And if the answer is no, then you need to let them go. Some of us would be much better off by ourselves than having toxic, negative friends in our lives. What does it profit to have people around us who just don't care about their future? If they don't care about their future, what makes you think that they care about your future? And I'll do you one better. What makes you think they will celebrate your success if you just so happen to do your own thing while having these friends. They're not going to celebrate you. They're going to talk down on you. They're going to bring you down with negativity. They're going to try to discount your hard work, belittle your perspectives. They're just not going to look at you as you're anybody special. Instead of looking at you as somebody that they should admire and somebody that they should ask for help and advice on how to become great, those toxic friends that you have kept around your whole life are going to do their best to pull you down. It's like some of these rappers, you know, they'll make a lot of money, right? Get a record deal. What do they always do? Go back to the hood. The place that they have been trying to get out of for years. The place that they say is just so rough in their music, they always end up going back. And when you go back, just know that you have those jealous people that are there. People who are not going to celebrate you that are there. Nipsey Hussle is a prime example. Here's a guy who made it, made money doing music, tried to come back to the hood, open stores, and lo and behold, somebody jealous decided to take him out of this world because of his success. We got to get away from people like this. You got to cut people off like this. We're not going to get far, folks, if we don't identify the circle in which we keep. To cut off old friends is probably going to be one of the hardest decisions that you ever make. And I'm not saying that it's not going to hurt. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying it's going to be worth it. Again, I want you to analyze these people. Where are they in life? Look at yourself. How old are you? Like, comment down below. Do you feel like there's somebody in your life holding you back from being the best version of you? Does that person reside in your life right now? And you tell me what's keeping you from cutting them off. What is it about them that you love so much? If they don't bring any value to you, if everything that they do is the opposite of what you want out of life, I got news for you. You got one life to live. One chance, one opportunity to do what you want to do, to be who you want to be, to go where you want to go. And that should not be dictated by anybody. Anybody. You make that up in your mind. And yes, they'll say you're acting funny. Oh, you're brand new. You changed up. Let people say whatever they gotta say. And while they're doing this, you will be out making moves, coming up, doing what you got to do to put yourself in the position that you want to be in while they're still running their mouth. And then you'll look back and say, man, I'm just so happy that I made the choice to let that person go. What was I thinking? Why did I put myself in that position for so many years? Some of you just feel sorry for people. Stop feeling sorry for people who don't want better for themselves. It doesn't make sense. Do better, folks. Let's get around people who will inspire us. Get friends that will motivate you. Get friends that can actually teach you something. That can actually give you some knowledge to learn, to be better. Get around that. Get away from your drinking buddies. Get away from your smoking buddies. Get away from those friends that all they want to do is go to the club on the weekend. Stop it. Get away from them. Get away from those individuals that all they want to do is watch football every Sunday. Now, I'm not saying you can't watch sports, but if that's all you do, what are you really doing? Especially if your wallet's hurting, how's your bank account look? If it's not looking the way in which you want it to look, and your friends' bank accounts are looking the same way, something ain't right. Math ain't mathing. Something don't make sense. Just saying. Probably rolling some feathers with this one, but I want to see people better. And if the circle that you have is not where you want to be, you will not be better. You will stay mediocre. You will stay in the bottom. You will stay in the position in which you're in unless you do something. The late Jim Rohn said, nothing will change unless you change.